Hey guys, welcome back. Just wanted to give you a little information for you new subscribers and a reminder for those of you who've subscribed for a while that we have an interesting channel here. We've been on quite a roll doing a variety of reviews of Android smartwatches, and well, that doesn't always happen here. We also have little fitness bands and specialty watches, all kinds of things, and they're kind of filler between all the beautiful Android watches we get and the Samsung watches and the Tick watches and things like that. But anyway, we're at that mode now where I'm going to be reviewing a simple band, and I got to tell you, you're not going to want to watch this review very long. I'm going to tell you the bottom line. This is the BIP Lite, and if you're interested in it, buy the BIP. It's the same darn thing, except it's got GPS in it. A little less waterproofing. This is, well, you'll find out. Anyway, the BIP is a lot better than the BIP Lite, and neither of them are that good when it comes to tethering, and I have to spend an insane amount of time trying to tether this watch in the upcoming review, so skip past it if you don't want to see that, but this is how it works, and I really wanted you guys to know how challenging it can be to get this thing to tether as a consideration of buying it. But it is a watch, and they're expected to be reviewed, and I've had a bunch of them backed up here, so we're going to be pumping out a whole bunch of these little watch reviews, and I got some more updates coming to the really great Android reviews, so hope you stick with us with your subscription. It's not going to always be phenomenal. Well, sure it will be, right? Just not this one. Okay, here's the review. Greetings, and welcome back to Smartwatch Ticks. We're a YouTube channel on the web at smartwatchticks.com. Can you believe the BIP? The BIP has been around since like 2017, one of the few watches that just won't go away, and a good reason for that is the transflective screen on it. Well, what you're looking at in here is called the BIP Lite, and it's light because, well, primarily it doesn't have GPS in it. But what it does have is way better waterproofing than the original BIP, like 5 atmosphere, as opposed to an IP67 kind of a rating. So this one actually is way better for swimming, but you're not going to be doing all the GPS tracking on it. And of course, it's less expensive. Where can you get it? Wow, Geekbuying. Hey, Geekbuying, been a while. Thanks for sending this out. They also sponsored us on the original BIP, which I don't have right here to show you, but I've got the review linked down in the show notes, so you can kind of compare the two. This is the BIP Lite. Again, 3 atmosphere, I guess it is, waterproofing, 45 days standby, the 1.28-inch touch screen, and it's a transflective touchscreen, folks, which means it gets brighter outdoors. Here's the overall specs. It's Amaze by AMAZFIT. Yes, it's a Huami. It's a Huami Amaze Fit BIP Lite watch. I get my tongue untied eventually. They call it reflective color display here. That's okay. It's transflective is the fancy word. 200 milliamp hour battery, 2.5 hour charge time for a month and a half worth of use. It does have the heart rate monitor, sleep management in it, vibration. It will vibrate tethered to your phone to let you know you've got calls and messages and stuff coming in. So all in all, it's a nice little simple fitness band for about, well, say $60 here, but check the show notes for discount on it. And let's take a look. When we pull it out of its container here, it, wow, seems like there's something heavy in the bottom. Is there? Yeah, there's another box down there. We'll look at that in a second. Try to get this thing off first. It's all sandwiched in here fancy. Oh, I hate to rip it. Like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to undo it like this off of its connector. And then like that. Come on. Oh, it's really in. Well, look at that. It's coming apart on me anyway. Okay. Wow. There. Goodness. Oh, I could have just slid it out. But you guys like me making a fool of myself on camera, so I'll do that for you. We can peel off the cover, which is just a simulation, and reveal the entire thing with removable bands, and it's a really tiny, lightweight module here. Much tinier than what I anticipate is the charging apparatus. Yep, just like the original Bip, it's got this docky kind of thing. So when you charge it, you line up the pin here. These are on the bottom, and the knob is on the side, and you snap it in like that, nice and good. Connect that to your phone and charge away, which is what we're going to do right now before we turn it on. Oh, okay, I'll show you the manual first. It uses the MyFit app. In the English manual, you're going to Bluetooth tether to make sure that you can turn it on and get it to work. Got regulations and FCC warnings and whatever all in here. Yeah, okay, a lot of technical details, throwing things away, safety notices, specifications, and warranty, but no operator's guide. So it better be pretty self-explanatory. I bet it is. I'm sorry, this thing isn't self-explanatory at all. Here it is. It's on. I touched it and it went on, and there's absolutely no way to turn the thing off. It just stays on. Unless and until you pair, you cannot get past this. See? Look, I'm stuck. Now, I'm going to take you back to the manual. I'm going to show you page 1, and it talks about, whoa, sorry. The flashlight's too bright for the book. I'm going to show you the MyFit app with the QR code. Every page, every language, everywhere you look, it says the MyFit app. So, of course, I set up an account. I have the MyFit app, and I come in here to my profile where it shows that I've already used this app for the Amaze Fit Band 2 and the Amaze Fit Core. And now I'm going to add the watch known as the Amaze Fit BIP Lite right here. And here's as far as I got for over a week, trying it on 2 different phones. Every configuration I could think of, it won't tether. No matter what I do, I cannot turn it off and restart it. I can't get it there at all. So finally I gave up, went back to the company and said, folks, I cannot review this watch. It is just not able to pair. To which, what company makes this, huh? AMAZFIT? This is like Apple in China, right? This is one of the biggest companies out there. To which I am told, oh, it doesn't use the MyFit app anymore. It uses the AMAZFIT app. Did you guys catch it? I totally missed it when I went through the spec sheet. Look at this. Bra, da, bra, bra, bra. And where does it say? App. AMAZFIT app. The manual has the QR code for the MyFit app. How many people work for this company? You think they might have updated the manual? All right, I'm off my soapbox. Let's start over with the AMAZFIT app and see if we can get this thing to pair. So here we are, the AMAZFIT app in the third pane on here. Yeah, it's a pain. This is where you select your devices. I'm going to say add device, just like we did on the MyFit app. This is a watch, not a band, according to what they're saying. And we go down and look for the Bip. Well, there we go. Bip and Bip Lite. Says it's searching. Say try again. And look at this. It gets stuck. It won't even look for it. So you know what? I got to clear everything out of memory and restart this phone in order to get it to talk to the watch. Who makes this thing? Huh. I would have thought better. Well, let's try that. All right, let's start all over again. I've completely cleared everything out. It's relaunching into AMAZFIT. There we are in the home page. Let's come over to Profile. Let's add a device. Let's look for the watch known as the BIP Lite, and it's attempting to search. Now this thing is on. You can see it, a little glow right there. Keep it close to the phone. Bluetooth is active. Everything should be ready. This is exactly what it was doing with the My Band, but then it would say it couldn't connect. Here, with the AMAZFIT app, we get the same result. Try it again, and pops up again, I'm sure. So what do we do to make this thing pair? Let me try a few things. So I went away from the house. I went really far away so that I was completely away from everything. I tried to pair again and it said no network connection, which is kind of scary. You have to have Wi-Fi before it will even think about pairing. So it's sending something to somewhere, even though you got an account set up and should be able to pair these things independently with just Bluetooth. So you need Bluetooth and Wi-Fi turned on and set up. You see the check mark? That's because it actually did pair. Let's try again, see if I can get it. I hope I can. What I had done was gone inside here, like if this was like a regular headphone or something, and went into Bluetooth, and I paired the device. It did show up on the list, and I paired it directly to the phone. And in the settings, the only thing it said I could do was change the name of the device. But I didn't. I just left it paired, and I waited again within Wi-Fi range, out of range of any other Bluetooth devices with these side by side, and I got a check mark and an accept or deny on the watch. So I came running back in here to show you on the video, but before I could do that, it timed out, disconnected on the watch, and went back into this mode where it's attempting to connect and can't. So it looks like at this point I have to go outside. I can't even show you the process. I have to be on the edge of Wi-Fi, but away from everything Bluetooth, tethered. Oh, there it is, tethered to the watch on the phone directly as if it were a headphone. Come on, check mark. Yeah, don't stop with me now. Confirming pairing. There we go, paired successfully. Oh my gosh, wow. So now it's restoring watch settings, and I can see why it needs to be on Wi-Fi for that. And we get to go through the long dance of updating the firmware. While it does this, let me just tell you, oh no, couldn't update. Bring it close. Everything's close. Try again. There we go. Let me tell you that there's a video that my good folks at Geekbuying told me about and gave me a link to. And I'm going to list that in the show notes, and it goes through the processes for pairing. And it looks really, really simple, but it's really, really not, as you can tell. It also has a whole bunch of more information with it about what it's going to go through when it does pair, which you're seeing right now. And watch that if you want to see, because I'm going to skip all of that. I've wasted too much of your time already, and we're going to jump right into the full-on review of this, okay? All right, I'll be right back. Well, after all that, we are finally here. This is the default watch face that shows up on it. When it goes off, it's indoors, and of course, it's not backlit, so it's a bit dim. But again, if you get it in the reflection of bright sunlight outdoors, the transflective screen is going to be nice and bright, good contrast, and good colors. When you tap it, you see that little line that went scrolling across there? That was a quick unlock because the screen is otherwise locked. Now that we're here, I can come down and you see it's connected in the battery level, and you have a do not disturb mode that you can turn on now or go into auto mode, which is where you could set it from the app. When you go to the left, nothing. When you go up, you get notifications. So you have those things, and they don't circle or loop. Nothing this way. And when you go to the right, you get into a few things. You've got your overall status. The first thing you get into, your step count, your heart rate as measured in the back. The diodes are flashing right there. Then you've got your distance traveled in miles based off of your steps, calories burned, and a sedentary reminder, how many sessions you've had that you've sat for over 1 hour. Kind of keep up with all of that. And that's everything there. Notice the blood pressure is not making an erroneous reading, but if you do cover the diode, it should kick in there no matter what part of your body you put it on. Ideally your arm. Well, it's not doing it right away, so let's move on. Swiping again to the side. Oh yeah, look, it's locked. It waited too long, so it's, no. There we go, 82. I thought it was locked. Huh. Oh, all right, I guess it is locked, but you can see everything here. No. I'm so confused. Let's start that over. You got the watch face. Then you go to status. If you're in status, it seems locked because you can't go anything other than up and down. Then you back to status. Now you can go over to the different activities where you have outdoor running, treadmill, cycling, walking, and your activity history, as well as activity settings, where you can have it auto pause, do a heart rate alert, your pace alert, and distance alert. Now the interesting thing is, this all appears to be set up ideally for GPS. And in the original version of the BIP, there is a GPS module in here. And so your walking and your cycling and all these distances are calculated based on GPS change. In the Lite, however, you don't have GPS. So all of that has to be computed based on step count. And I think in the cycling, you're only going to have, wow, okay, getting location with GPS, it says. Got location successfully. How could it do that with no GPS? Very interesting. All right, there it is, kicking off data. I guess I'm going to have to go out and test this and see what we get. Okay, I went out and walked around the yard a little bit. Got some time, got some distance, got some heart rate. Interesting. Let's finish this. Oh, and it was flashing connected and disconnected. Long press the watch button to stop it. See, it says it's disconnected from tethering. Long press, end. Okay. So it was a cycling routine on that date, and I want to go into it. Outdoor run. Oh, yeah, I've got to come back here, go into activity, go all the way over to history, and access it. And here it is. There we go. Time, average miles per hour. Okay, heart rate, top speed. And I have the option to delete it. Well, let's sync it to the app in a minute and see if we get GPS readings on there. Okay, to get out of here, got to go all the way back. Activity, and then weather. Of course, you touch that, it should update the weather in your area. And here we go. And nothing from there. Alarms that you can set, timer you can go with, and then overall settings where you can change watch faces, but I'll show you that from the app. Long button press will activate whichever one of the activities you'd like to do. And adjust the brightness here. That's the brightest it'll get when the light is on, and the lowest looks like it's absolutely off because we're just seeing the reflection. So you can adjust it to the screen brightness that works best, probably about that for us. And that's it for settings. Settings, timer, alarm. Okay, you can see these. You set them right here. And a timer stopwatch would go like that. In tenths of a second, pause it, start it. If I leave it, I can't leave it. Nope, you have to actually end it to get out of here. I think. Stop the stopwatch. Okay, so it can't run in the background. Those are all of these things. So we're kind of talking about activities. So I'm going to go back now and tether to the watch and show you some watch faces and what the activity looks like. I mean, to the phone. Here we are in the phone. There's my step count so far. So it's actively doing that, my heart rate information. And I've got to do a sync in order to get it. I have some outdoor cycling data, but that was, is that today? I think that is. Yeah, October 16th. Okay, it's syncing all of the data right now anyway, as you can see, once it's reconnected. And we're back, and now I'm going to go in here, take a look at it. And there we go. Little bit of activity, little exercise time, and all that kind of stuff. Speed chart, and so forth, heart rate. And because this is cycling, it's not going to be getting a step count, so I really don't have any kind of data that they can give me on miles per hour and such. And notice this, it says no map GPS data. So it's looking to me that what they've done with the BIP Lite is take all the innards, the software that goes with the BIP, which does have a GPS module in it, and they've kept that all the same, and they just pulled out the GPS from this, and they gave it 5 atmosphere waterproofing to make it more waterproof than the original, which I believe was IP67. Okay, that's one way of doing it. You have all these other events that you can go into, and you can start them from your area if you want to. And then over here in profile, we can actually take a look at, like I said, some of the stuff you can do on this watch. It's a pretty light device. It doesn't really do very much. And without being able to have GPS on board, I mean, maybe if you take the phone with you, it will get its GPS over Bluetooth from the phone, and you'll get your GPS track on here. But that's kind of defeating the purpose. I think if you're going to be doing a workout, you're not going to be trying to lug this along. But if you're trying to save a few bucks, maybe doing that will work. So if I pick one of these, it's going to sync that watch face, and it's going to take a while to do that. So I'll be back to show you the result. There we go. We have a different watch face on it. And you can clearly see it fits in a small square with a big border all the way around it. And all the other watch faces would work that way. That is all, what, about 7 of them? Not a really large number of them. And you only have one watch face at a time. You're not able to press and hold and switch between them. So you have to choose a watch face and download it over here to begin with in order to switch it. Interesting. Okay. Unlock screen is a process you can set up on the watch so that you can unlock the screen on your phone. So you can set the app up to work as a lock for your phone, and then use the screen unlock to unlock your phone later if you want to do that kind of thing. You can turn on or off incoming calls, event reminders, your watch alarm, different app alerts pushed to your watch from the phone, and idle or sedentary reminders. You have more stuff here, and it just picks up the more that wouldn't fit on the page. Rather than scrolling, they give you the add-on here. Incoming SMS, you can set a goal notification, and your disconnect reminder, which is on. And you can set times of day that you want to not have it be annoying you, okay? That's the overall settings for the watch. You have the Find the Watch. It just gives a couple of little quick vibrations. There's no sound on this. Discoverable, you decide which arm you want to have it on. You can turn on the lift your wrist to see the time. Do it all day, which means it would also happen at night when you're sleeping, so it would light it up. Okay, it doesn't seem to be doing it right now. Well, getting more and more excited about this as the day goes on. Anyway, that's an option in here. You've got ringtones. You can run it in the background. Shortcut settings. When you swipe on the right, you have one, and that's weather that you can go to as a shortcut to that app. Your overall watch display settings. These are all of the different cards in the order that they're in. So you can rearrange them, and you could hide them too if there's any of them you don't want, like settings on there or something. Your weather settings is set for whatever location you want, checking for updates, and so forth. And of course, you saw that it immediately goes in and does updates for you before you can even use the watch after you go through getting it tethered. So that's it, the AMAZFIT BIP. It's a small little watch. They're trying to save a little money for you, I guess, by stripping it down to its bare essentials. It's really a fitness watch. Other than some heart rate, there's nothing that you get in terms of health, and everything else is just timers and sedentary alarms and weather. It's all here in the activity, and the activities look like they're meant to integrate with GPS. It's asking for it. It immediately jumps in and says it's got it and to start. But when we look at the end result, we don't get a GPS track of any kind on here. So it's either using GPS by Bluetooth connection to the phone, and if you go away from your phone, you're not going to get the track, or it's doing it by pedometer step count, which is a very crude way to do it since there's no way to set up your overall stride based on the length of your steps so that you can calculate accurately your distance traveled. Long press to stop, and we can end it here. Okay? I can tell you guys can tell that I'm not really happy about this one. Especially, check the show notes. I'm going to have this buying link for the Amaze Fit BIP Lite. We're looking at around $60. I'll have a discount for you. But also, look at the original BIP. I don't think you're going to see a big price differential between the Lite and the original. And if you're interested at all, I'd sure go for the original one if it's not more than $10, $20 more to have that GPS module in there and everything working smoothly. We do have a review up on the original BIP from from 2017, I believe. So it's been around for a while, but it's still out there. So check the original BIP review. You've just seen the BIP Lite review. If you like this idea of transreflective screen, this kind of screen that gets brighter outdoors than indoors, then by all means check this thing out. Just get ready to spend half of your life tethering the thing to a phone. You've been watching Smartwatch Sticks. We appreciate your subscriptions. They will get better, I swear. As you've seen with the Android watches, and I got some amazing health bands coming up too. But this is a name brand product, and we got a possum out there for you to check them out and compare. And hopefully you've learned from the comparison what to avoid. Catch you later.